What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to the 7th episode of Jobless Reincarnation. This one's titled What Lies Beyond Effort. Okay, what does lie beyond effort? It's a good question. Depends what type of effort you're putting in and into what, I suppose. But, yeah, okay, so I'm going to say right now, before we get into this episode, I'm not going to make any more comments on the pervy nature of our MC, because I think if you're 7 episodes in, you fully understand why he's pervy by now. If you don't, yeah, you're probably just excusing it for the sake of the rest of the show being fantastic anyway. Probably. But I've made more than enough comments on it. We're not mentioning it anymore from here at this point on. So even if he does have a pervy moment in this episode, which is likely, we're not going to comment on it and make it a whole discussion about part of the show. We're just not. We've had that argument enough now. And I don't need to put any more words to it. So we're just going to rule that out now the rest of this season for the second half of it. And obviously part 2 that comes in the summer. I'm not going to make a mention of his perviness anymore. None whatsoever. Unless there's something particularly I want to point out that's specific to that one interaction. Not his perviness as a whole, but a specific moment. I can't think of what moment would encourage me to do that, but, you know, we'll leave it there. Because I don't want to just say I will never talk about it, because I might if there's a specific point I want to make. Anyway, last time out. We are continuing to tutor Eris and teaching her magic, literacy, math, also literacy and math and stuff also applies to Ghislaine, which is kind of interesting. Ghislaine's teaching us swordsmanship, of which Eris is still beating us, but Rudeus is a slow learner when it comes to swordsmanship by the looks of things. Like, he's doing okay, but Eris does have a lot more time and experience behind her, and Rudeus is still grasping it. It's not his specialty. His specialty is math, literacy, and magic, obviously. But speaking of Ghislaine, her little moments that she gets is actually really, really good. I like her character a lot. Like, the little, when they were on their day off, hence the day off in Roa, just to help motivate Eris, because if you're working every single day, like, that's going to tire you, so knowing that you have a time off is going to be very rewarding. So whilst they were on that day off and using it as an example of how math and literacy and stuff can be useful in everyday life, seeing Ghislaine, Ghislaine actually get one of the math questions right, and then she just goes, yes! Like, seeing that little moment, it was just brilliant and really cute of her, actually, to be honest. I like her character a lot. So hopefully we'll see more of her over the course of this season. I assume we're staying with Eris for quite a while still, because we're meant to be spending, how many, like 5 years was it that we were meant to be spending here to work? Something like that? Or am I misremembering? I can't remember. But yeah, we're meant to be spending a long time here, so I imagine most of this season now will be left here in this location. And then maybe by the end, we'll then go back to the village. Maybe we'll see Sylph again. We'll probably see our 2 younger sisters again. I think that's how we're doing it. I have no idea if that's going to be the direction of it. Those of you who have read the source material will probably have a better idea of how they're pacing it. But so far, I've really, really, really enjoyed the pacing of this show. It's hit exactly the type of point I've wanted. It's covered a lot of topics that most other shows wouldn't even dare to think about. And as a result, it's just an incredibly engaging story to me. And so far, the story aspect hasn't really been the engaging bit. It's not like there's a huge, major plot that we're working towards. It's just, you're here in your new life. How are you going to go about it? That's kind of what it's been so far. And it's a lot of character building. And we're getting the little bits of world building here and there placed in. And it does feel like a real world. Whilst we don't have the grander scope that something like Ascendance of a Bookworm has offered so far, Ascendance of a Bookworm has also had a lot more time. We've only had 6 episodes, so I'm not expecting a masterpiece in world building in just 6 episodes. I mean, some shows could theoretically pull it off, but they would lack any character building in that instance. So I'd much rather have a lot of early character building, so I care about the characters as they move forward in the world that is set out before them. That's my personal preference for a story. So in that case, Jobless Reincarnation is just nailing it for me, and this is going to be a very, very high-rated show by the time I do my end-of-season review, so I'm excited. And with that said, I'm just not going to waste too much more time. I want to watch the episode. I'm already behind on so much I think I've caught up today on basically everything except Symphogear, which I'll be pushing to tomorrow just so I can make it up, and then I need to watch Cells at Work and stuff. Well, at least I got this out today. I wanted to get Jobless out today. That's all I cared about. Anyway, as per usual, these are time-based form reactions here on YouTube. If you want to see full picture-in-picture, you can go to my Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gets you access to all picture-in-picture reactions I do on the channel, which is everything from this season and future seasons. Certain backdated shows like Mario to the Patriot. There'll be more being added in the gap between seasons. That's when I can sit down and spend a bit more time doing picture-in-picture reactions. And getting older shows, like a lot of the winter shows that might be getting sequels, such as Bo 3. I want to get those back on the channel at some point. The seasonal gaps will allow me to do that as my schedule gets less busy. But yeah, here on YouTube, we do timer-based. So bottom left of the screen, you'll see the time of the episode. I count down 3, 2, 1, play. When I play, you start the episode, I start the episode, and we'll be in sync. Watch this one on Funimation, since as we licensed it this season. We have the Funimation logo to start, so about 7 seconds logos. I'll call them out as I go past. You can also use screen flash on my face on the mic to tell when the scene transitioning. So, with all that said, let us get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Funimation, cheers. Here we go. It be winter. Oh, damn. Nice. Yeah, no, not so much for you. You're still behind. Okay, we're getting OP over winter montage this time. She held back though. A little bit of growth. Nice. Hmm. You exist, probably. If in doubt, blame Paul. I feel like that's a good line. If in doubt, blame Paul. Nice. Of course. I mean, I won't critique that. People in real life do that with their figures, so... Hello? Consult on what? Okay. I imagine, yes, because... Because isn't it like the 5th, 10th, and 15th birthdays are major occasions, right? Ah, dance performance. Mm-hmm. So you're our dance teacher, I guess. Okay. Okay. Also, he just wants to see her dance. uh, also, free time, yes. Ah, beast gods. Okay. Okay. Well, sure. Of course he does. Yep. Yep. Oh no. The entire Grey Rat family is just. That line just sums up this entire family. It really does. Uh. Oh, writing a letter. Okay. Why are they always something gods? Hmm. Yes. Kids pick up things. Kids' brains are like sponge. I've heard that said a lot. But not this one. Mm-hmm. But demon god. What happened? Dance lesson didn't go too well. Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I don't think we have any experience, so. I mean, he hasn't. What can we do? Okay. See what we can do. Expected. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you have your regrets. That's not true. Mm-hmm. Hmm. That's a good moment. You're not. Oof. Yeah. We're gonna start selling figures now. Yeah. Just gonna start selling figures, oh boy. A package? That's quite the package. Oh. Okay. Stop it. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Hmm. I'm sure you do. Yes. Mm-hmm. Ah. Oh boy. Apparently. Oh wow. uh. Uh. Yeah. Quite the fancy occasion, as expected. Mm-hmm. She can hold it in for now, I think. Oh boy. Oh boy, here we go. Rudia, step in and show. Come on, Rudes. You gonna be able to step in? Cause that'd be cool. Just step in and be like, "Oh my, what a terrible dancer he is. Let me show you how it's actually done." That'd be amazing. Rudes gonna stand in, isn't he? Yep, he is. Hmm. The rumor mill will start, but it will prove that Eris is not the problem. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Oh. Uh-huh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. Grey rat through and through. Uh, so dumb. Ooh. Ah. Obviously. Hmm. Elaine's way too cute. I love it. Oh. Hmm. I mean, she's much closer with Ghislaine than yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. So dumb. Please. Nope. Stop. Yep. Sure. Tower? Why are you suddenly interested in the tower? Mm-hmm. I don't want to know. Whoa. Huh? Huh. Seems like careful what you wish for. What lies beyond effort. It looked like it was like a seal of some kind over something. Can't wait for that to play some important part in the story. Sure it will. You don't introduce something like that that's rather ominous looking, and then say, yeah, well, we're done with that now. Turning point one. Hmm. Turning point one? As in turning point part one? Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. I don't know if that's implying a multi-parter or if this is the first turning point. I don't know. Turning point 1. Curious where they're going with that one. Oh boy, that was a good episode. That was a really, really good episode. This show's so good. Like, it genuinely is. So good. It's nice to see a different side to Eris as well and all that. And you can see the characters growing between all that as well. You're seeing Rudeus grow a bit. Not a huge amount just yet, but you're seeing where the groundwork's going for him to grow on. Eris, you can see her growing. Got another check-in with Roxy, which was nice. Helping him learn Demon God. I wonder why they're all something gods. Beast gods, Demon gods. What was the name of the other language? I forget. But yeah. Ghislaine helped with Beast God, at least. I do wonder why the god naming scheme has arisen. But I guess we'll find out at some point. Yeah, the grey rat line is just like, yeah, very, very appropriate. Like, yeah, I'm not going to speak on it. I said I wouldn't speak about the sexuality things of it because there wasn't really anything new to add. Like, just adds to the evidence that I've given before. So, yeah, it's just that kind of world. It's just that kind of world. This type of behavior is rewarded. Hence, you saw with the grandfather having some fun with a maid. This happened frequently. This is the norm in this world. And again, we can't judge that world by today's standards. It's not really fair to do so. But anyway. God, so good. Animation was on point as well for the dance. It's always very, very difficult, I find, in animation to do a moving camera with moving characters. And it always looks a little off. It's just a problem. It's just that difficult to do with animation. Obviously, as soon as you bring CG into it, you can do it. But they didn't want to use CG here, and I appreciate that. But it's always hard to get the perspective, because as you turn the camera, say, 30 degrees, making sure the characters are also turned 30 degrees is very, very difficult to match that. So it often seems like either the environment is turning faster or the characters are turning faster than the environment. It's very difficult to get that to match. Especially because, like it is, it's two 3D objects, but they're both 2D because they're drawn 2D. And it's very hard to get them to interact properly. But it still looked great for the moments that we got of it. And I appreciate them trying to get the camera angle to work. And for the most part, it did. But like I said, it's just near impossible to make that work flawlessly in just typical animation, 2D Japanese animation anyway, in anime form. If you had actual CG models and a CG environment, it would be very easy because it's all CG generated. You know exactly where anything would be at any one point in time. But traditional animation is a lot difficult. So, yeah, loving it. I love that Rudeus kept up the tradition of the wand giving as a teacher. I like that he kept that from Roxy. I do wonder why the mother doesn't seem to be too approving of Rudeus. It might just be because it's Paul's son. I mean, that is reason enough. Like, let's be honest. Like, if you're Paul's son, that's probably a reason to be disliked just in of itself. I don't think many of us would argue with that. Ghislaine's cute, though. Like, Ghislaine is one of the cutest characters in this show. I really like her a lot. I genuinely do. Like, just her little mannerisms. Like, it's great when you have... I guess that's what you call Moegap, right? Like, when you have such a brutish, overpowering, and fearsome figure as Ghislaine, and her personality and speech kind of goes along with that. But then you have those glimpses of moments where you see her cute side come through, and it's just like, it just works. Like, it really does. Yeah, I really like her character through all this. Just seeing those little moments. God, this show is so good. Like I said, it's such a character-driven show right now because we're sticking to very isolated locations. The first half of this was with the family home and the small surrounding village area. We were made aware of other locations such as the Magic Academy, but we're not experiencing them so much. We're just learning about our current location and learning about characters and interactions with them. Now we've been transported off to where we are now, which is Roa, right? And we are I've lost my train of thought. I just completely lost it. Yeah, now we're in Roa and we're having interactions with Eris and Ghislaine more, and we're starting to learn a bit more. Like, we're learning other languages and stuff. We're learning where the languages come from. We've expanded Roa a little bit, so we know a bit more of the city. But it's still all about character interactions. Our interactions with Eris, our interactions with the family, with Ghislaine. And just now that we've seen this like black hole thing in the sky, I think we might start, especially since the next episode is called Turning Point, maybe we're going to start seeing a little more main story aspect to it. I don't know where here's the thing with this show. It's so open right now. This could go in any direction. They could tell any story they want from here, because all we've been doing is building up characters and building up a world. We don't have a story to follow, necessarily. Like, it's the story of Rudeus, yes, but so far it's just his character story. It's not a plot, so to speak. We don't have an objective to go fight a demon lord, save the world, or anything. Like, we don't have anything like that that's driving us along these lines. Like, we have our goals and aspirations, which is to earn this money and get enough tuition to pay for us and for Sylph to go to the Magic Academy. That's our main goal right now, and also to help out Eris where possible as our student. And I think he's taken that a lot more seriously, and he's enjoying it a lot more than I think he did initially. Now that he's kind of got through to her and they're starting to get an understanding. To a point where I think he might start thinking of her almost as a friend at this point. I assume that is going to happen at some point, where it's like they acknowledge that they're not just student and teacher, they are more friends. I assume that will happen at some point, but who knows when. It might be just one of those things where it's like, you don't even say it, because it's like, it's just assumed, like, you don't have to declare that you're friends, it's just like, naturally every time you just think of each other as friends. It just sort of happens without either one of you deciding that it was the case. So, interesting to see where that goes. But Turning Point 1, either a multi-parter or this is the first turning point along Rudeus' journey. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'm curious to see where this one goes. So, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did. I love this show so, so much. I'm so glad that we're at least getting the second part in the summer. I hope it won't be too long before the third part then gets announced. As far as I understand it, the studio wants to do a full adaptation here, but who knows how far they can go before catching up to source material, because when did the source material of this come out? The light novel was 2014, but I believe it was even earlier than that, maybe? Right? Because there was a web novel at first. Yeah, it was a web novel back in 2012. So there's plenty of content to adapt. And like I said, the light novel's been going on for 7 years now. The manga's been going on for almost as long. So it should be a while before we hit the point of running up against lack of content. I don't know. I don't believe there's been an announced end to this story, to the light novel. I don't know how much further it could end up going. But I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see how far it ends up going. As long as we get a couple of seasons out of this, I'll be more than happy with it. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode. Anything else that you want to point out that I kind of didn't talk about or you think should be worth talking about, please let me know. Don't forget to subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Winter 2021 lineup you can find on the channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, see you guys later.